What is interesting in what you said, because you said that you are coming, your house, but you're coming to help and you've seen it firsthand and everything. So, Rooney Farris.
Eanna Ramirez.
Pavon. Sophie Bassett. Can you tell me what your stance is on this and what the goal is tonight for you?
To me, the goal is to make the city council realize that what they have offered to the camp so far is not adequate at all, and that they need to accept that we are here as a survival shelter and that we need more resources.
And then can you talk about your stance on it? And you had mentioned that you are housed, but you come out there and you see firsthand what's happening, you're helping them, right?
Sure. Yeah, I mean, if you go out there and you see the conditions people are living in the rain, I mean, you yourself too would probably want to help them out. There's no human beings are living like that. You got dogs and cats on the street, they get shelters right away, so why can't human beings be as well?
Do you guys want to make a statement?
Yes, I'm a resident of Watsonville and I live close by. And I just want to say that there's no support for these people out there, for the displaced people. All I see is police officers come by and just drop them off, not give them any resources at all. So it's like, why are they there? They're unprotected. They have nothing other than the people that are racing together awareness, and that's what we have. We have this whole community, and they've come together to bring this shelter in for the people that really need it.
I just wanted to add too that I think people are sort of offended by the sight of it sort of suddenly popping up, but these people have been a part of the community for years and decades. They've just been hidden, and they've been hidden closer to the river or other spots, and so now people are aware and offended, but it doesn't change the fact that these are fellow humans who need resources, need long-term. They're setting up long-term spots for themselves because the city, the state is failing them. And so that's really what they're looking for, is long-term permanent housing options. And there's plenty of funding for it, as we've seen. So it just needs to happen.
Great. And then so can you give me a rundown of what you know about the situation? I've done some research on it, but...
Oh, well, I know how they're asking them to leave that area. And Saturday, Sunday, they came and they were supposed to clean up the camping area, but they were supposed to come with resources and vouchers for a motel.
Right.
Well, when you're gonna move a camp out and give them a voucher for a motel,
Right.
you would think for a couple of days, not 2 days, you put them in a motel for 2 days and then have them leave and go where?
Right.
So same situation.
All right.
So how is that resources? That's not a resource, that's not.
Right. Okay. Last name.
My name is Rita Acosta. I'm co-president of the Homeless Union.
And can you tell me what you just told me right now, your thoughts, feelings, and position on this?
We're here to give support to the community out there and to the homeless community due to the fact of when our city says that they're gonna give support and resources. You know, they always tell people, we gave them enough time to get ready to leave, but how much time is it you're giving them to go where? They can tell them to leave, but they can't direct them to go anywhere. You know, and two, they said resources, when they got there, nobody was there with resources. There was nobody. So they put together somebody, said they're gonna give them vouchers for a hotel room. Well, so if you're asking the people to leave their comfort zone, where they're at, where they're comfortable, safe, and gonna put them in a motel for 2 days and then have them leave, so how is that resources? That's not resources, that's just displacing them again to come out with nothing. So how is that helping people? You know, they say they gave them enough time to find some place to go. Well, they had enough time to get proper resources out there. They're the city, they knew what they were gonna do. So should they have those things together? Talk to the nonprofits who's supposed to be giving the assistance. Camps didn't grow overnight. They've been there for a while. Why? Why now are they trying to say, we need to get them out of here? When it wasn't before, because they say they have this, they have that, but when you mismanage your funding and it doesn't go where it's supposed to, how are you gonna do your job right? And a lot of cities are not used to doing their job. So when it comes time to have to doing it.
And so did this group of people come from Monterey County?
Oh, they're from the river, Pavon River.
Okay, and then they got displaced there, and then they moved to somewhere in Watsonville, is that correct?
Yes, they were, actually they went there because, you know, they're saying the river's gonna overflow and stuff like that, so to be in a safe place, and to stay together as a group, because it is dangerous when people are separated, so.
So that, and then they came to Watsonville?
Yes.
Okay, and then, so what would you like to see from the city? when going about displacing and moving it to areas?
Well, for one, it's a waste of taxpayers' dollars when you keep on spending money to move people out and not direct them to a place to go. If they had a rules area, ruled run campsite where people can be and take the resources there, they can use it as a transitional housing program at the same time. Instead of keep spending money to sweep over here and sweep over there, and where are they going? To another place, they're gonna have to clean that out, waste of money and time. And it's a big, it's stressing for people that are displaced due to the fact you have to keep moving, being told that you can't be here. And they forget what, all in all, they are still part of the community. You might be homeless, but why? Because there's not enough resources out here for people. And it's just not single people, there's families out here, there's tons. And it's just not here, it's everywhere. They make it just seem like, oh, they're just coming from all walks of life. Homelessness does not discriminate.
And what do you have to say to their reasoning and their arguments that it's very, there's health issues and health risks and also safety risks happening out there?
Sure there is, and just thinking of that, they're out there having to live that way because our city doesn't have resources for people. So yeah, it's true, but they have them out there like that because they're not controlled of the nonprofits. They don't have control of all the shelters. And if everything's full, where do you want them to go? And that's where I'm here. These places are full because there is a problem everywhere.
And can you talk about how they were offered a voucher for the hotels for 2 days, but can you talk about that?
Okay, yeah, they were offered a motel for 2 days, and not for everybody, for some. So again, 2 days. So when they said that, we're going to talk about it, I guess they got upset because it wasn't right there and then. Because they wanted to see who's going to go. And to me, the seniors, elders should be first because they did and are taking care of a lot of seniors there that were refused not services to these nonprofits. So they're doing a service for people that are not being helped in shelters.
Would these people accept the help if they were given it in terms of housing or anything like that?
Well, of course, who wouldn't? People are not out here because they want to be. They're out here because of all different circumstances. Have you ever stayed in a shelter and seen what you have to go through? They bag and tag you like if you're being incarcerated. And two, there's lots of things that go on in there. And if one person's taking the place, when a family's going to be in there, you'd rather have the family or one person. I take the family to let them go in. People are not selfish because everybody thinks about that. When I go in, it's going to take a place where a person with kids can go.
Right.
And there's not enough resources for anybody.
The reason why I ask is because police told me today that they did offer, it was offered temporary housing for them.
Housing?
Temporary.
Or shelter?
Shelter.
So the motel for 2 days, that's not...
No, they said the hotel was in something different, but they also offered them an area to go.
No,
also.
that's false. They did not offer them a place to go. Because if they did, they'd be there. Because nobody wants to be where they're not wanted. Again, too, people don't like to see them out there. Well, they don't want to be out there either. It's dangerous, it's cold. But again, if there's not enough places for people to be, where do you want them to go? Human beings trying to live. They're not cattle. You can't shuffle them around so it looks like you're doing your job. Do your job. Saves money. And lives.
So tonight they're going to have a discussion about this, or do you know if there's going to be a decision made? Or right now there's the lawsuit, right?
Well, yeah, because, people need a place to be.
Right.
A city can't just say you can't be here, but you got to go someplace else. If you want them not to be there, find them a place to be.
Right, and I'm just trying to get the story clear. So there's a lawsuit right now from the side of the people that were going to be displaced, correct?
Yeah, it's just
Okay.
for them to have a place to be. It's not, come on, they have a right to be someplace.
Right, okay. Just trying to follow the story.
Yeah.
Okay, and how long, when was this? This was on Sunday, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And a day of rest. A day of rest. They're trying to shuffle people around. But again, like I said, they say they give people enough time to find a place to go. How's that enough time to find a place where to go? And these are city officials. They know what they're doing in advance. So wouldn't you think they would have resources there in advance?
Right.
Not say, we're getting something together. Come on, you're a professional. You're making decisions for this whole city. And if you can't be on cue where you're saying we're going to have resources and you have to make those calls, they put too much work on the police department because they're not there to really do all this. That's not their job either, to break up these campsites and everything. City needs to make the right decisions for human beings and give them a place to be. If they don't want them here and there, give them a place to be.